Hey guys and gals. So this morning, welcome aboard Southern Estate here. I'm at the helm of Southern Estate here at the bottom helm here. And today, I'm getting ready to get outside and do some work, some of this fiberglass work out here, and just waiting for it to warm up a little bit. So I decided, hey, let's do a video real quick and let's talk about insurance. But before we get started, thank you guys for sharing the videos on social media. It's definitely working. The numbers are going up, and I can see why a lot of these channels fail. It's been a year now, and I really want to start to see the numbers go up to be able to keep the channel going. Anyway, today, can you insure one of these old trawlers? So I'm going to share a story with you real quick, and this is a true story. So we're up in Green Turtle Bay. No, this is Aquamarine. We meet a couple, and they have a 55-foot carver. It was actually Bob and Vicky's friends over there on the Virginia Hawkeye. You see them in a lot of videos. Anyway, so we met them and we asked them we started talking about insurance, and they go, well, here's what we had to do. So this guy had bought a boat, didn't have any boating experience. This is a 55-foot, $500,000 boat, and he basically had to insure it with like Lloyd's of London type insurance company. So anybody can get insurance. It's just how much money is it going to cost you, and is it cost prohibitive? So what he has to do every time he takes the boat out is he has to hire a captain. So when they keep the boat for like 8 months out of the year. They keep it in Pensacola, actually 6 months. They keep it in Pensacola, Florida, and then the other 6 months they go up and travel the rivers. Well, the first, I believe it's 2 seasons, he has to, through his insurance binder, he has to hire a captain, and the captain has to go upriver with him, has to be aboard. Doesn't mean he has to be in control of the boat all the time, because him as the skipper, he needs the knowledge and stuff like that to be able to drive this 50-foot boat. So that's what he had to do for his insurance policy. And I didn't ask him how much that insurance policy costs, because I mean, it's a $500,000 boat, and I'm going to guess, it's in perspective of what it is. It's probably well north of $10,000 a year. Now on this trawler right here, we're at Southern Estate here, and we'll classify this as the insurance company has no problem at all. What they do is put a limitation on it. So I value this trawler right now at about $80,000. The insurance company values it at about $60,000, and without a survey, without anything, I was able to get $60,000 worth of coverage on it, plus. And what I mean by that is, like, I for electronics, for all our personal gear and stuff like that. So it's probably insured for somewhere around $70,000, and it cost us $3,000 a year. Now on that policy right there, it was kind of I want to say a loop policy that I got last year, and only because I've got like Boat US on there. I've got everything on there so that if I was broke down in the middle of the ocean, I had somebody that I could call, and they were going to help me bring this boat in if I lost power or motors or something like that. But the thing about me is, I don't know if anybody realizes this, but you have an insurance score, and the only reason I know all this stuff is because my brother owns an Allstate agency. So we have insurance scores just like we have credit scores. So anybody look back at my record, they know, like I owned Blue Princess, it was insured. I owned a 50-foot houseboat. I owned a 34-foot sailboat. And these are going back 35 years, because 2 or 3 of these boats, and then the old trawler that I had down in California. And they're all insured, because when you go to any marina, I don't care, let's say you pay cash for the boat and you say, I'm not going to get any insurance. You're going to have liability insurance, or you're not going to get into any of the marinas, especially on the West Coast. Down here, down south, you might get in some shady little marinas without having insurance. I don't think you can, though. I think all of them are going to require that you have liability insurance on the boat. So my point to all this is, any insurance company, and I don't care what insurance company it is, they would look at me and they'd say, okay, yes, he's been boating for 35 years and never had a claim. So, by setting the limits on the boat, and by not having any claims, and by having all that prior boating experience, I would say that it's as good as it gets, as far as insurance goes. So I have no problem insuring one of these old boats. Now, when you go back even further, like I know the Grand Banks is 74, I think, is the cutoff to go into a wood boat. Then you're in a different ball game altogether when you start trying to insure a wood boat. and it just is what it is, especially these old classics, you know what I'm saying? Even though it doesn't, they'll have a survey done on them is what they'll do before they'll insure them, and they'll make sure that that surveyor is qualified and can do that. And in our next videos, that's what we're going to actually talk about, is how to find a good surveyor. Is that where you need to spend some money? And we'll talk about that in our next video. But I just want to get your head around that you do need to have insurance. And you will, especially like us, I wouldn't say that we're committed full-time liveaboards. As far as the marina is concerned, we are transient boaters, even though I did sign a 1-year lease here. But they did require me to fill out forms, and then they do want to see proof of insurance. So it's something you got to think about. I have insurance through Progressive. I've insured probably 3 or 4 of my boats through Progressive. I've probably owned 10 to 15 boats total. I know it sounds like a lot, but we talk about the little power boats and everything. Anyway, and they've all been insured through, not all of them, through State Farm, Farmers, and Progressive, and Geico. I would say I've had boat insurance policies with all of them. So I've got a pretty good track record and no claims ever in over 35 years. And so when you look at my record, you know, it's pretty much a no-brainer. I was able to get insurance pretty easily. But for somebody that can't, I mean, a couple things that you can do is you need to start getting some, you need to get some boat driving experience. And you can do that a couple different ways. There's like the Coast Guard Auxiliary has courses that you can take. I've actually taken that course. You can go, I don't think you need to go extreme to get your captain's license, but you do need to take as many Coast Guard courses as you can, and get some time. You know, just any licensed captain can sign off and get your logbook. Donate some time, jump on the weekends, and get on a boat and you know, do it, and that'll help you with your insurance and getting insurance, especially if you don't have an insurance score to be judged by. So anyway, just wanted to share that video with you because it is something you have to think about and keep in the back of your head that at some point you're going to have to get insurance on that boat, and at some point you're going to have to you know, figure out who's the best. And if you don't have any experience or any boating experience, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for you, and the price is going to be a factor, so you need to check that out and know what you're getting into before you get into it. Anyway, peace out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. And again, thanks for sharing these videos on social media. It is helping, and I can see the numbers going up. Thanks. Anyway, live life with no regret. I do. Thanks. Bye.